Most of my injuries revolved around traumatic brain injury. They've affected my cognitive abilities, my ability to find words and talk to some extent. I had constant headaches. Days where I didn't have a headache were like springtime, but they came very few and far between. Interspersed with migraines 2 or 3 times a month that would just want to take me out of polite society for 2 or 3 days. Best we can tell, there's no one defining time. I was around several explosions, rockets that like blew me out of my bed one night. I also was on jump status for 25 years, and there were a couple times where I know I was unconscious on the drop zone from failing to do a proper PLF. But you know, those are things back then when I was young. You just drove on, took more Advil, and kept going. If I knew now what I knew then, or if I knew then what I knew now, I would have got treatment then. I met several wounded Green Berets who swore by the improvement that HBOT made on their lives. Many of my symptoms were the same, and my wife convinced me to give it a try. Some significant difference in areas. Number one, I can talk better. I haven't had daily headaches. I do have some small headaches, but very manageable with an Advil. Compared to the 1 to 10 scale, living with a 3 or 4 every day, having a 1 or 2 now and again is quite. I have had a couple migraines since I've started. We've been doing this about 8 weeks now, and they've very much changed in character, not as severe. Well, first you put on your cotton scrubs, and then you get in the bed and get comfortable, and they slide you into the chamber and lock you in, and then you watch a video, periodically yawning and clearing your ears. There's no issues. You're in a clear tube, so there's no claustrophobic issues. I keep telling my wife I'm not claustrophobic at all. So only thing that bothers me, there's no emergency ascent. So if the zombie apocalypse hits while I'm in there, I'm fried. Yeah, I was very anxious in the beginning because the whole last 5 or 6 years of my life have been learning to manage my life with different drugs and get to a comfortable place where life was bearable. So there was some anxiousness on trying something else which may or may not work, and the disappointment that could come with that, because we've all had it with different meds that didn't work or the side effects. So I'm glad I overcame it. I highly recommend it. Some of those guys that I have talked to, the wounded Green Berets, whose symptoms were more severe than mine, their wives swear by it. So they saved their life, saved their marriage. I don't know if it saved my life or saved my marriage, but it made both better. Very friendly, very knowledgeable. They bend over backwards to help you. And the best thing about them is they love what they're doing. You know, and fully understand that, because helping people the way they do, they get to see people who come in here mad and angry like I was, and now I'm joking and smiling a lot more.